Hello, good day. My name is Samuel Omowaiye, currently studying doctorate in business administration program at the Atlantic International University, Honolulu, Hawaii in the United States. The course I'm going to discuss on is Social and Molecular Review of Science. This is a video assignment. On the table of content for this course, I have the introduction, then the course itself, Social and Molecular Review of Science. Under these, I have 8 topics. Number 1, Culture, Anthropology and Archaeology. Culture, History. 3, Economies. 4, Linguistics. 5, Molecular Biology. 6, Molecular Medicine. 7, Political Sciences. 8, Sociology. And then we'll move on to the conclusion and references. Introduction. The objective of the course centers on discussions on history of anthropology and archaeology, reception of these new 19th century sciences by society. That's number 1. Number 2, economies and different theories of economies. Number 3, molecular biology how it came to the forefront of DNA studies, how the idea of DNA was conceived, and what type of proteins the double helix uses to store genetic information. Number 4, molecular medicine, how the pharmaceutical industry became involved in medicine, the many of devices that were produced by medicine in the 20th century, followed by political science, history of political science, and the differences between the political science theory from Europe and the United States. Lastly, discussion about history of sociology and the evolution of sociology. Moving on to number 1 under the course, talking about culture, anthropology, and archaeology. Anthropology can be defined as the comparative studies of humans, their societies, and cultural worlds, which simultaneously explore diversities and what we have in common, sensitive to our similarities and differences both locally and globally. Knowledge is produced through fieldwork, analysis, and description. This was penciled by Erickson in 2017 in his book Anthropology, Culture, and Society. Founding fathers of modern anthropology were Framboise, Bronislaw Malinowski, Redcliffe Brown, Marcel Mauss. Likewise, women made their mark later. Also, the importance of anthropological knowledge can be useful when we try to make sense of our contemporary world in times of contact between culturally different groups have increased enormously in our times. The world is shrinking to global village in other ways. Now we have satellite television, cell phone networks, internet, making it possible for free communication. Politically, global issues increasingly dominate the agendas of world conventions. Likewise, culture changes rapidly in our days and age, felt everywhere in the world. Like just recently, we had NSAS movement in Nigeria, whereby the youths were demanding for better living condition and end to police brutality. Also, we have rise in interest in cultural identity, which is seen as an asset. Likewise, anthropology's central task is giving account of some of the other lives we could have led. Okay, going to archaeology, which is the study of human past using stuff. The stuff being defined by Thomas King in his book Cultural Doing Archaeology, a Cultural Resource Management Perspective. Stuffs are things that people left behind, lost, abandoned, what people consume as food, walked around on, lived in, threw at each other, as well as stuffs that made up their bodies. Study or word written on papers, electronically and spoken, examination of natural environment. So, having said this, in the context of cultural resource management in the United States, while in other countries is known as management of heritage and protecting, taking care of important things to people due to reasons. The practice is guided by national and international law. Likewise, we have varieties of archaeologies which are classical, and they could be anthropological, historical, and also we have that of underwater. So we move on to culture history. History is a powerful tool in the hands of government, political elites, and historians, as it can really be altered to suit the plan of those in power to make the consumers of such information hear what those in power want the people to hear. It is believed to be non-objective. There are three intertwined strands of cultural history. 1. The focus upon human subjectivity and creative dimension of human mind. 2. A holistic approach to culture that seeks to identify the unifying structures, patterns, or systems that connect the whole, a collective mode of thought. And number 3, an interpretive hermeneutic approach, which is role of historian subjectivity in shaping the account of the past. There is no definite definition of cultural history because culture has so many definitions and meaning, as per Green 2008. Okay, going to economies. Economics science emerged as a result of long-term economic development where people of different professional backgrounds were participating in it due to the interactions of their trade. Economic doctrines forming the basis formation of economic science are important economic view in the ancient epoch. Talking about state economic functions, budget, model, statistics, ownership, etc. in ancient Egypt, Iraq, China, and India, and etc. B. Most prominent economic considerations in the ancient epoch, which are talking about economies, talking about labor, division, money, goods, property, management, etc. in ancient Greece and Rome. And then coming to C, matured economic consideration, formed in Western Europe, Georgia, Russia, Tunisia, etc., that have finally laid the foundation for economics as a science. Now, talking about linguistics is the scientific study of language, which involves analysis of language formed, meaning, and in context. Also, it consists of analysis of the political, historical, cultural, and social factors that influence language. It is intellectually engaging, but provide better understanding of human nature, language in general, and how it works. Major sub-disciplines are historical linguistics, syntax and morphology, semantics, programmatics, phonetics, and phonology. Language varieties as contact varieties, dialect, standard language, and relativities. Also structures, approaches, methodology, history, and areas of approach. Molecular biology is the branch of biology that concerns the molecular basis of biological activities in and between cells, including molecular synthesis modification, mechanism and interaction. The central dogma of molecular biology describes the process in which DNA is transcribed into RNA, then translated into protein. Molecular biology arose as an attempt to answer the questions regarding the mechanisms of genetic inheritance and the structure of a gene. Molecular medicine is a broad field where physical, chemical, biological, bioinformatics, and medical techniques are used to describe molecular structures and mechanisms, identify fundamental molecular and genetic errors of disease, and to develop molecular intervention to correct them. The molecular medicine perspective emphasizes cellular and molecular phenomena and intervention rather than previous conceptual and observational focus on patients and their organs. Under political science is the branch of knowledge that deals with state and system of government, the scientific analysis of political activities and behavior. Also, politics is a matter of interaction between political actors and was defined by David Easton in 1965 as those interactions through which value are authoritatively allocated for society, decision-making, conflict, and power are three key elements that define politics. Sociology is the study of, which is the last topic of this under the social and molecular review science course. Sociology is the study of human behavior. Sociology refers to social behavior, society, patterns of social relationship, social interaction, and culture that surrounds everyday life. Empirical investigations and critical analysis are methods utilized to develop knowledge about social order and bringing social change in communities, assisting non-profits or social service organizations in their areas of specialization, influencing local, regional, or national policies. Having said all this, having discussed about all these topics, my take, which I'm going to conclude with, is that the existence of human being is a complex phenomenon in a very complex environments, as knowledge gap is constantly being observed in various fields of our endeavor. Through higher level education and research with empirical facts, certain theories and principles go into extinction while new ones are promulgated. Education is a viable tool in the hands of that's in the hands of human race, that has unquantifiable benefits to all that are privileged to be educated. We should uh, we should all put in effort to give back positively to the society that shaped our future for good. This is where I conclude this presentation. Thank you, and also these are the references that I consulted in the course of putting this presentation together. Thank you.